Okay, so I'm really trying to complete this audio recording in like the first try because I've been delaying this video for so long and I need to get this video done before December. Just as a little fun fact, after day 1 of Comic Fiesta, I had to go straight back to my part-time job where all my coworkers don't know I do weeb stuff as a hobby, which made me feel like I'm starring in a Hannah Montana show, but bad. How does that song go again? Live in the worst of both worlds. It's something like that, right? Hello, forestry friends. If you're new here, I'm Autumn, and Christmas is here. Maybe. Hopefully. I hope it's not New Year's when I post this video. I'm really sorry, past Autumn. I'm really... It's snowing for some people. People are getting presents, and a good chunk of Malaysia couldn't care less about any of that. We don't have snow, and we most definitely don't have presents. Presents just don't exist here. No, instead of being excited for Christmas festivities, we have Comic Fiesta. If you don't know what Comic Fiesta is, that's fine. It's only one of, if not the most popular convention for nerd or weeb adjacent stuff in Malaysia ever. It's just a convention that's been growing more and more every year. It's been held since 2002. No biggie. Okay, well, at least to me anyways. See, Comic Fiesta has been running since before I was ever conceived, so it's kind of been my entire world since I came out of my mom. I'm AWAP, by the way, assigned weeb at birth. Not many people know that. However, because of a combination of personal obligations and circumstances that were beyond our control, I didn't go to Comic Fiesta for a whole 4 years, and that could have easily become 5 if I didn't find a last-minute seller. Shout out to my reseller, by the way. Mans was a lifesaver in more ways than one because I was manifesting for the convention hall to explode if I didn't get in. I guess you could blame everything that went wrong on me because of my manifesting, but come on, are you actually gonna do that? I was just in a silly, goofy mood. I was pretty excited to go back to Comic Fiesta considering I really thought I wouldn't be able to go because holy shit, 80 ringgit, and also lots of exciting guests and a day 1 panel that I wanted to be able to attend. Foreshadowing. I just want to say this is not a review of Comic Fiesta considering I only went for day 1. So just consider this as a story, a retrospective if you will, of my personal and frankly embarrassing experience in Comic Fiesta. Because holy shit, I have never had a con day that made me want to shrivel up and die before. If you want like a proper commentary or review on Comic Fiesta as a convention, Limar and Ebisu Asa have made a live stream where they both talk about it. I'm pretty sure the vault might still be up on their Twitch channel, hopefully. I don't know if they have an archive channel or something along those lines, but yeah, there is also a thread by Ernest at Home on Twitter, a Twitter thread on their commentary on Comic Fiesta and talking about the whole thing, all of its problems, what it could improve on, you know, talking about all that stuff. So I'll be linking both of those things in the description down below, you know, just in case you're interested, you know, whatever it could be. Maybe I'll also be linking down other vlogs, other experiences that's been uploaded by other Malaysian VTubers. Who knows? I don't know either. I'm doing all of this off the cuff. I don't fucking know. Editor Autumn's gonna have a field day with this one. Anyways, insert transition to get to the actual meat of the video. So before the actual convention, you need to, you know, enter the convention, and I've already planned to wake up at a specific time, and I was planning to get at the place at a specific time. I was trying to get there like on the dot 10 a.m. Unfortunately, I slept past my alarm for like an hour and a half, so I guess you could say I went there a bit later than I initially planned, and I think I got there at, I want to say 10:30 a.m. or something along those lines. When I got there, there was already just a ridiculous queue. I think the queue was like wrapping around the KLCC park. It was going inside the KLCC mall. Oh yeah, by the way, Comic Fiesta is held at KLCC as it usually is like every year. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm not gonna deal with that alone. So I knew a few other friends who were also participating in the convention. So I called one of them up and was like, hey, I don't want to wait in this line alone. I'll at least like come over here so I can like talk to you or something. And my friend was like, sure, cool, I'm waiting for another friend of mine to get me the tickets for the convention anyways. So yeah, I can wait with you. We are currently somewhere in the line. When we were trying to queue up, I was really confused over which place was the actual end of the line, because it felt like there were almost branching paths for the queue, which should not make sense. It obviously made things a lot more difficult. I witnessed like a manager for a fancy perfume shop. I forgot what shop it is, but it looked fancy. I think it was for bags or something. But the manager for some fancy shop was like talking to security and was complaining to security because the line for the convention was like blocking the entrance to the shop, and there was security kind of like pushing attendees out of the way so that the shop wasn't covered, which is whoa. we started queuing for like an hour or like almost 2 hours just queuing. I was planning on getting into the voice actor panel, mainly because I'm really interested in that, and also Uncle Ali was in the panel and I wanted to see Uncle Ali talk. But no, queuing for 2 hours caused me to miss that, I believe, which was a bit upsetting because Oh yeah, actually, while we were waiting in line, I met this really nice Luffy cosplayer who apparently came from Mexico. I don't think he came to Malaysia just for the convention. I think he's studying here or something. But he's from Mexico and he's all the way here in Malaysia, and he wanted to experience his convention, which made me just feel really, really bad because I actually took a picture of the guy, but I don't think I can show the guy's face because I haven't asked permission to do so, and I didn't tell him that I would use it in a vlog, so I'm not gonna do that. But if he's watching this, hey, hello, hey, what's up? I'm really sorry for giving you bad directions, by the way. That's foreshadowing for another bit of the queuing thing. After like 2 hours of queuing, my friend found out and told me and the Luffy cosplayer guy that the line was a fake. The line we were queuing on was fake, and we were made for fools and stupid people. What we did was that we tried to find the actual main entrance, and we got confused by the map. I literally cannot read this map.
Okay,
What is happening?
Okay, so the KLCC food court is there. I'm pretty sure.
Over where?
There, that's the KLCC.
Over there. That's the food court. So we're here. So we go over.
I think this is the way.
Are you sure?
It's like KLCC food court.
So it says to go straight here, but there's like a corner turn over
I
here.
know, right? Okay, I'm pretty sure we're here. This is like the corner turn, which is this. There. So we just go here.
We go over there.
Yeah.
But neither me or my friend are good at reading the map, so we eventually found the main entrance. And the main entrance is kind of like, I don't want to say hidden away because like in hindsight it should have been obvious. It's kind of like away from where a lot of people were grouping up and were crowding. I legitimately, while I was walking there, did not notice the actual main entrance to the convention. Eventually, when we got to that place, I found out, and I see a dude just sitting down in the corner with the Comic Fiesta volunteer shirt and with a sign that says, "End of the line here." So you had an end of the line, guy. But you didn't use the end of the line, guy. Like, I get it, I understand. I've seen the posts talking about how there were a lot of pranksters and a lot of just ass hats, basically. A lot of assholes just kind of like pranking, quote unquote, and by making fake lines and confusing people. And I get that, I understand that. But also, I know Comic Fiesta has a Twitter account. Someone could have easily, anyone from that staff. I've seen it. I've been inside the building. The building has like 3 levels, and there was staff on the 3rd level, and there's a huge window where you can just look down and see the crowd of people. Surely someone from staff saw from the 3rd level that people were lining up for nothing. Like, the pictures, like, people might as well have been doing loop-de-loops. It did not look normal. Again, this isn't meant to be a review of Comic Fiesta, but my one main criticism is to just use the Twitter account for like really quick and just like really sudden like changes or news or something else like that, instead of just using Facebook. Like, I get why you're using Facebook, but also like Twitter is there for like short announcements, and also for very quick changes and the such. Someone could have gotten anyone from the volunteers or the Comic Fiesta staff, or just make a Twitter post being like, hey, so there's some people disrupting the line, you're not meant to queue at all, there's the main entrance over in this place, wherever you can find it, near between this and that. Get in here, you idiots. Why are you queuing up like this? You don't need to. A lot of people were really upset with me when I said that Twitter would have been better. Objectively, so much easier to make a quick tweet than to make a Facebook post, you know? I'm just saying. So when we eventually got inside the convention, me and my friend, the first thing we wanted to do was get to the Candy Factory art booth. Being inside the building didn't mean that we had to stop queuing though. There was still kind of like, almost like a stream of people that you had to walk really slowly in, and sometimes that stream of people would cease and stop for reasons I wouldn't know. Probably because of like maybe crowded reasons. It was pretty early into the day, so a lot of people were getting in, essentially like rush hour. There were just moments where inside the convention, while I was in that crowd or that stream of people, where it got dangerous. It got really dangerously crowded. Like back touching chest touching back, shoulders touching shoulders level of crowded. And that's so dangerous. That's so bad. There was a moment where to get to the art markets, we have to ride up the escalators. And at some point, the crowd just completely stopped and had to wait for a little while before we can get into the art market. And I can't fathom as to why, honestly. But yeah, if waiting in like a stream of people is the alternative to being in a crowded room, which would be a lot more dangerous, I could feel, then yeah, I guess I could live with that. Yeah. Me and my friend entered the art market, and right after we finished visiting Wish Room's art booth, we just completely split. And let me just explain to you how the art market is kind of separated. The art booths are separated between 3 different rooms, which is, I believe, the conference room, the ballroom, I think, the ballroom, and like the conference room, and like a smaller room in the middle, I believe, or like at the end, or something along those lines. The way the path works, it's basically only one way. There is one entrance and only one exit for every room, and if you exit one art market room, you cannot go back to the other art market room, which, I suppose it's to improve traffic flow so that people aren't entering and exiting in like the same doors and causing people to get squished and, I don't know, die or something from that. Anything that could possibly cause injury due to like overcrowding or maybe some rushing happening. I get it. I see it. I see the vision, I understand it, I get the plan. It still sucked though, because it's not just the art markets that were one way, it's the entire convention. If you leave the art market, you have to exit the convention place and then re-enter into the main entrance if you want to like go back to a place that's like before the art markets. Like, you know, what I had to do. I was planning on going to meet up with Varian, which I will get into later at some point. That's my most embarrassing part of the convention. But I wanted to get to the My Holo booth because I wanted to go to a meetup. The thing is that Varian's meetup is 4 p.m. I was already inside the art markets, and then when I realized it was already like 3:30 p.m. or something like that, 3 p.m., I realized I had to go back down to the My Holo booth. When I asked staff what could be the shortest way for me to get from the art market to the My Holo booth, which is at the exhibition halls, they told me you're just gonna have to exit the building and re-enter the building, which be fun. One of them did tell me that I could try asking security to enter a shortcut. I wasn't going to do that because I don't want to be a bother. I replied to Asu, who is a Malaysian VTuber as well, who also attended Comic Fiesta. And Asu made a tweet talking about the one-way path thing, especially in regards to the art market. Let me just get it out here. Separating the art booths to 3 different rooms and having the ways to them being just one way really sucks. Comic Fiesta 2022. If you missed the booth you wanted to see in the other room, to go back to it you gotta go all the way around the whole event to get back there. Horrible. Yeah, a lot of people complain about how there was just so much walking and their feet were basically rubbed off like erasers. The one-way path is making people walk more than they need to. I believe this is Comic Fiesta's way of trying to account for the large crowd that they know is coming. I replied to Asu's tweet with, I assumed this was done to improve walking traffic by making sure people didn't exit and enter through the same doors, but yeah, not letting you go back to a previous room really sucks. I thought that day 2 was chill enough to at least let you go back to a previous entrance. And then Asu responded to that with, well, this is the easier way to track people not exiting and entering through the same door. I don't know if I read that correctly, but by making it that you're forced to walk a route with no freedom and movement just makes it a bad experience for con-goers. Generally though, separating the artist booth to 3 different rooms to me was a horrible decision. Not only for the attendees, but also the artists, because now people can't just browse to see what they want and might buy something before they get to the artist they want to see later. Yes, that is also a huge point. There was a tweet made by an artist that boofed in Comic Fiesta talking about how their sales were not as high as they were hoping for Comic Fiesta, and they talked about the possibility of it being being caused by this setup. Also, another thing about the art marketplace, actually, the rooms had this orange lighting, like this kind of like dim orange lighting, and I know that's just part of the rooms. Comic Fiesta can't exactly control that because it's the rooms, you can't do anything about that unless they're going to like change the bulbs themselves. But it was a bit hard actually to go through the art booths and everything because it's kind of hard to look through like what keychains and art prints you want when there's like this constant James Bond flashback filter over your eyes. I tried buying some stuff for myself and also for my friends. I'll be showing off all the things that I bought later at the end of the video, so you know, stick around for that. While I was browsing through all the art booths, I met another fellow Malaysian VTuber, RedBeanPorridge. Here's footage of me being awkward with him. Thanks for letting me record you, buddy. I actually do not know. I think the moment you enter here, you have to go through that exit and then re-enter back there.
How though? I went outside and it led me all the way to the other side.
Yeah.
I'm lost. I need help.
I need help too. Anyways. Hey.
Hello.
Yo. Okay. Hope you have a nice rest of the con.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you for saying
Bye. I think he was also recording for Comic Fiesta. I think he already uploaded the vlog on his Twitter. So after walking the entire venue again to get to the My Holo booth, I got there at around, I want to say 3:30, I think. Or like way earlier than that. It wasn't actually that long of a walk in throughout the entire venue. I think it just felt really tiring because it's just a lot of walking. When I got there, I saw Liliana being Liliana. Right next to My Holo booth, there was a Billy booth, which is whoa. It looked really nice. There were a lot of VTubers that were featured in that booth, and also they talked about like what it means to be I think like a content creator, and also there was information at that booth on how to work for Bilibili to become a streamer and all that other stuff. You know, I wasn't really interested in it, mainly because I'm loyal or enslaved to YouTube, you know, whichever one works better. Oh, I also met CorneliusLOW at the My Holo booth. He was there as a volunteer to help, you know, make sure the event goes smoothly and all that other cool stuff. And he also gave me a free keychain, which I will show off at the end of the video too.
Hello there. Hello.
So I wasn't expecting to see another Malaysian VTuber I know here.
There's a lot of us around actually.
Really?
There is.
Oh wow. Okay, I hope you have a good rest of the con.
Alright, no problem.
Bye. Okay. It was cool to meet Cornelius, mainly because he's always been kind of on my TL, and you know, he seems cool. He's also a wrestler, so if you're into that, his stuff is in the description down below, as well as RedBeanPorridge's stuff. While I was waiting for Varian to come out to, you know, meet up, there seemed to be a lot of technical difficulties in the My Holo booth, and I don't know if that's an issue with the convention or if that's just an issue of My Holo. There was a bit of a delay in Varian coming out because of the technical difficulties, I think. So yeah, that's fun. That's great. Yeah, I think that's just it. Like audio issues, that's all, and it really disrupted kind of like fans talking to the actual talents. The My Holo booth also had like a bunch of like cutouts, cardboard cutouts of all the other characters, and also a guest star, I believe, who was kind of working as the DJ at the My Holo booth, Taka Kazukii. All of these people's information will be in the description down below. So it's time to actually get to the part where it's really embarrassing and weird, because I waited there for an hour or so to meet Varian, and the reason why I was really motivated to see Varian is because he's going to graduate soon. I'm not able to see his concert, so I had to meet him at the meetup. I had someone else help record it, but I was so tired at that point that I've completely forgotten about the Comic Fiesta vlog thing, and I could only really muster up to talk for like 20 seconds. You know what the time limit for the meetup, for each person to meet up with Varian was? 2 minutes! Oh, ouch, sakit. That's around 17% of the actual time. That's not even a passing grade. Hi Varian! I just want to say that I appreciate all the work that you've done as a YouTuber, entertaining everyone. I really like your curiosity and seeing your streams.
Want to sing a little song before you together?
No, it's fine, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I just got rejected by my own viewer. Oh, it hurts. I thought they told me it would never happen again. I just got rejected again.
Ooh, it was embarrassing. I just realized that the more I've never done like a meetup. So I don't know how these things actually work. But I realized that I kept like talking and then let Varian talk because I was just so nervous, and oh my god, I was actually red. I could feel my entire body was actually red while I was talking to Varian. Varian, if you're watching this for whatever reason, maybe you're watching this on your graduation stream or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I can talk for 2 minutes. I know I can. I've participated in debates. I've participated in public speaking stuff. The easiest part for anything for me, whether it's be about like applying for a new school or applying for a job or whatever, the easiest part is always the interviews for me, because I'm fine with talking. I'm okay with flowing through a conversation. So 2 minutes is nothing for me. I've trained enough to speak for 2 minutes, but the presence of the funny slime man was just too much for me. Another embarrassing thing was that there was another girl who was waiting to meet up with Varian, and she noticed me that I was waiting, and we both kind of like had a kind of friendly, very short but friendly chat, and she was like, hey, maybe you can give me your socials after you're done talking to Varian, and I'm like, okay. But then right after I finished talking to Varian, I was just so embarrassed and I was so scared that I just zoomed out of there and just went straight back to the art market because I was just so afraid. I was so definitely afraid. I am so not used to meetups. I was just very unprepared. I think it was because I was the first in line to meet Varian. If I was like in the last in line, I would have way more time to prepare. I would be like, okay, I can see what other people are doing and I can copy that. But no, I would just so happen to be the first in line. Let's move on from that. I don't want to think about it anymore. Every time I think about it, I want to curl up into a ball and die. That's all I actually really did in Comic Fiesta. I was actually planning on meeting with Akihito Tsukushi as well, but the slots for the signing has apparently already been filled up by the time we got in, so I couldn't do that. That's great. That's fun. That's great. So at this point, it's already like 5 p.m., which should be time to leave. Originally, I was going to eat with my friend, but I was waiting for Varian, so my friend went to eat without me. And, you know, that's fine. That's cool. I'm not bitter about that or anything. Whatever. I don't care. I went to eat at the food court of the place, of KLCC Mall. I think it's on level 3 or somewhere along those lines. And usually those restaurants are really cheap, so a lot of people go to eat there instead because KLCC is really goddamn expensive. I could have gone to a really fancy restaurant or something, but I wasn't going to waste my money like that. Why would I do that? I found this little shop that was selling fish and chips, and I was like, okay, I'm in the mood for some fish and chippies. Sure, why not? I got my order, and I was so tired and exhausted from the convention because there's just so much walking. And while I was there holding my tray of food, I had to look around for a seat to eat. I went to this convention alone, so I didn't have a group of friends or anything that could hold the seat or something. But everyone else did. I was very much ready to go into my villain arc while I was looking for a table because I was so hungry and my food is literally right in front of me, but I couldn't find a place to eat at. Slowly but surely, in my head, I was just going full on Joker and I was very ready to just eat on the floor. I was very ready to do that. Thankfully, I didn't. I did find a place to eat, and I did, and the fish and chips was okay. While I was eating, I called up my parents and I told them that I wanted to go home now because it's the end of the convention for me. And they were like, okay. So as a means of preparing for my parents to come pick me up, I walked to the main entrance of KLCC. So here's the thing: when I went to this convention, I was carrying a purse and a backpack. The backpack was for merch stuff, and the purse is for my money and phone stuff. And when I got to the main entrance, I touched my shoulder a bit, and I realized, oh shit, the backpack strap isn't there. I just left my backpack filled with all the merch I bought in the food court of KLCC. Amazing. Ooh, that was a panic attack and a half because literally while I was searching for my bag in the very busy and crowded food court, my mom called me and was like, hey, we're here, where are you? Ooh, fun, great, woohoo, yo. After I got my backpack and I went back to the main entrance, I found my parents and I went back home. I recorded the video from my merch showcase, and then I passed out instantly to wake up for my part-time job the next day. Again, living the worst of both worlds. So yeah, that's my entire day of Comic Fiesta, kind of a semi-vlog. It was exhausting, tiring, exhausting. Did I mention tiring? Again, I don't want to turn this video into a commentary or a review on Comic Fiesta. I think I still gave some commentary bits just to give this video a bit more spice to it. I'm not really interested in making a proper deep dive analysis of Comic Fiesta as a convention. So instead of doing all of that, let me just show you some of the merch I got. Woo, yeah, transition, amazing, go. Hello everyone, hi. This is the segment where I get to show off the stuff I got from Comic Fiesta. Oh, hello. I got way less stuff this year than I usually get for a bunch of other years because money. So let's just show some stuff. As per usual, the names of the artists will be provided in the description. And also, first off, can you not? Okay, first off, Ricky and Lunga from Skate print here, and there's also a bit of Mia. There's Mia there. Hello. They gave a business card here, so this one is by Carmen Lim Rui.tumblr.com. You go check them out because this print's pretty nice. Why? Oh yeah, this one's really approved for my cat. Next one, another, which is probably gonna be one of my favorites. This one is, it's a blue period keychain, and this one I've always had my eye on when the Comic Fiesta booth listing was posted. I was already looking for some blue period stuff, or at least the other stuff that had blue period on it. It's like prints and button badges, which is just like not a thing I'm interested in right now. I actually quite like it within the packaging. I like the wow, I love this keychain so much. Bangs it on the floor. I think it's just preserved. Oh, here's how it looks. It's very cute. I like it. She likes it too, apparently. Rocky. Okay, next one is this art book by Baroque Gothic. And when I first saw this, like when that was being sold, I was like, I need to have this. As you all may know, I'm like a huge line art person. I really like line art when it comes to art. So when I first saw this, I was like, I need to have it because it's like black and white. So it's just line art. There's the good old business card over there. Get this out. Here it is outside. It's matte laminated. Very cool. Unreal. Normal is an illusion. What is normal for the spider's chaos to the fly? So this is how it looks. Really cool. I've been trying to get more and more into horror stuff just because I'm a pussy and I want to become not a pussy. Here is the QR code for the artist's card, I presume. You can, don't know if you can scan that. I don't know, you can screenshot and scan that. I don't know. Next one. Okay, so this one is a free item that I got from a VTuber that I met, Cornelius, the wrestling VTuber. Very cool. Has a mirror here. I'm not gonna show it because I'm gonna dox my own face, but here it is. So I think that's it. All the stuff that I got for myself. Most of the stuff that I got is actually gifts for. Oh yeah, there's actually one more. Rawr. So this is the other one. This is the last item that I got for myself. It's a dinosaur. And I like the colors. It's very funky and nice and very reminds me of candy. Very cute. I've been trying to get items like these that are a lot more subtle. So I'm glad I could find it. There was actually quite a few items in Comic Fiesta that were sold that, you know, that are like this. So, you know, that's nice. That's really nice. That concludes all the items that I got for myself, essentially. The rest are just gifts, which I'll also show off here. The gift receivers already know what I'm getting them, so there's no point. This one is a Nightwing print for my friend Ben. This one is a Cillian keychain for my friend Finn. And this one is Professor Oliver for my friend Rudy. Again, all these artists will be in the description below. I don't remember how I ended the last merch showcase I did in my last convention video. I don't know, Speed Art Autumn, you can come back now, I guess. I don't know, I don't remember how I ended this. Bye. That was some cool merch. Woo! Autumn of the past, good job. I guess Comic Fiesta was pretty alright, all things considered. My measurement to how good or bad a convention is purely on a how likely can someone get hurt in this convention kind of scale. And I guess there wasn't really anything that would have possibly endangered a human life. In terms of the queuing, I don't think that could have caused much harm to anybody because the queues were right next to a lot of restaurants and were right next to the mall. So there was some air conditioning and also some stores where you could buy drinks. As for the crowding inside the convention, I'm thinking about the one-way path again. I see the vision, I understand why the one-way path is there, but also I can see how that can also kind of backfire in some ways. I've mentioned this before, but I probably should have. In the artist market, in between two of the rooms, there's like a small tunnel, kind of-ish, and the sides of the pathway had like black curtains over what I assume to be the emergency exits. And I can think that in the situation of an emergency, that kind of like small pathway could cause a funneling situation and some people could get trampled over in that pathway. There were moments of like really intense crowding. Those moments there was usually a staff nearby, so that if someone like did pass out or like fell down or whatever, staff can notice, and I would hope that the staff would help that person to get back up safely. So yeah, I don't think there was really any moments in Comic Fiesta where it was like an obvious hazard for human life, unlike say like Anime Fest. That was a disaster for me anyways. I don't think Comic Fiesta was a bad convention per se, but I can see how it didn't reach the expectations that a lot of people have. You know, you hear about all these guests and it's like all these exciting guests and panels, but then it's kind of like you're going to be spending most of your time in the art market anyways. I can see how someone might be disappointed that they could not utilize the entirety of the event because of the queuing disaster, which I think is fair. I think it's completely fair for people to kind of be a bit nitpicky in terms of Comic Fiesta, because it's 80 ringgit. RM80. You have any idea how hard it is to get money in Malaysia now? RM80 could literally feed me for like 2 weeks. You know, that's a lot for a lot of people, and I think it's fine for people to want to wish and hope that they could have been able to use up that money as much as possible in the event. I understand that there's a lot of things that is out of the control of Comic Fiesta staff, so I don't think they're evil. I'm trying to say that I don't think Comic Fiesta staff is evil or something. If you want like a proper commentary and review on Comic Fiesta as a convention, you can go check out Limar and Ebisu. You can check out Ernest's Twitter thread, and you can also check out Asu's Twitter thread. Just kind of like have an idea of what was going on in Comic Fiesta. Yeah, I'll be linking all of those down below. But for this one, this is just meant to be a lighthearted video. The only reason why I'm not really giving much commentary and analysis and review is just because like I don't think I can possibly come up with anything more to bring to the table that hasn't already been mentioned on Twitter. So instead of me giving suggestions for Comic Fiesta to do better, maybe instead I can give suggestions on how to make Comic Fiesta a lot worse. Now hear me out, I've got the perfect idea, okay? You know how Comic Fiesta is nearing Christmas? Well, how about instead of anime-themed decorations, you know, the anime-themed banners, the posters, all of that, right? Instead, we decorate the entire convention in Christmas stuff, you know? I'm talking about wreaths, I'm talking about those little Christmas orb things, I'm talking about lots of little potted Christmas trees just randomly strewn about. You know, like Comic Fiesta is like red and white, that's already, you know, Christmas colors already. It makes sense. We can also put it a step further by having really loud and big speakers on every corner of the convention halls, where we can just play the same 10 Christmas songs over and over and over again in full blast at a volume that's so loud you can literally feel the sound waves just like breaking through your body. I'm sure that's something people would want to listen to while they're trudging through anime stuff for like a few hours. I'm sure that'll be fun for a lot of people. But yeah, that's it really. I hope you enjoyed this silly little video. This is semi-unscripted because I'm really trying to rush this video to be completed soon. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I don't know how good this video will be. Editor Autumn's gonna have a field day with this one. But I hope this video was enjoyable enough anyways. I've kind of felt a lot of pressure trying to complete this video just because I feel like a lot of Malaysians and also just like a lot of Malaysian peers will be looking at this video because it's Comic Fiesta. It's a relevant topic, and I feel kind of pressured to just complete this video as quickly as possible. and I've already had like a few panic attacks trying to complete this video. But yeah, it's over now, just like Comic Fiesta. If you want more stuff from me, you can follow me on all my socials that I've linked down below. I'll also have a link to my Discord server that I opened just a few weeks ago if you want to go there and talk to me, and also a bunch of other people as well. I talk about like creative stuff. I really want to team my Discord server on like creativity and not just about me, you know, just like interacting with like an artist community. Like, subscribe, do all the things that YouTubers ask you to do. Stay safe, my foresty friends.